Hi, and welcome to another episode of Currently Speaking, the podcast of the Current Consulting Group. I'm Bill Current, founder of the Current Consulting Group. And if you'd like to see past episodes of Currently Speaking, go to currentconsultinggroup.com and you'll find an archive of all of our past podcast episodes. So check that out and follow us, like us, share us with others so that we can grow our viewership and continue to provide these wonderful, insightful podcast episodes. Today's episode is sponsored by Wanfo USA, and it's entitled Hair Testing Reimagined, Mobile and Rapid Testing. Now, testing hair samples for the presence of illicit drugs has been around for many years. Urine testing is more common, but it can't do what hair tests can do, which is reveal long-term lifestyle drug use. Only hair tests have a window of detection of about 90 days, versus about a week for urine and less than that for oral fluid testing. So who's looking for a lifestyle drug test? Well, treatment centers, insurance companies, probation and parole officers, and even employers in highly safety-sensitive industries like transportation, particularly trucking companies, and nuclear facilities, or where employees handle cash transactions like casinos. Hair testing makes it nearly impossible for drug users to hide their lifestyle drug usage. Now, traditionally, hair testing has been strictly a laboratory-based test. A sample is sent to a lab for analysis, and some days later, the result is available. However, in today's intensely competitive hiring environment where employers don't always have the luxury of waiting 2 or 3 days to get a result back in order to extend a job offer to the ideal candidate, rapid result oral fluid and rapid result urine testing have become more commonly used. In a 2024 survey conducted by the Current Consulting Group, a survey of employers found that 45% said they already conduct rapid result urine testing, and 22% said they conduct rapid result oral fluid testing. And then in a 2024 CCG survey of drug testing providers, 68% said they believe rapid result testing will increase over the next 3 years. So where does that leave hair testing? Well, actually still in the game thanks to Wanfo USA's Safe Life Rapid Hair Processor and Tests. It's a whole new way of looking at drug testing, and hair testing in particular. In fact, it's so revolutionary, so unique that you can kind of throw out any preconceived notions you might have about hair testing. But let's take a look back at the history of drug testing real quick. Dating back to the 1980s, employers, probation and parole officers, drug treatment professionals, and others were given one legitimate choice when it came to drug testing: a lab-based urine test, and then later, rapid result urine testing. And lab-based urine testing has withstood the test of time, both legally and scientifically. Until recently, it was the only drug test permitted by the U.S. Department of Transportation. Now, DOT has issued final regulations for lab-based oral fluid testing. Lab-based urine testing is permitted in every state without exception, and in some states, it's the only testing method allowed under certain circumstances. For example, in states with voluntary drug testing laws that defer to the DOT regulations for how tests must be conducted in order to qualify for whatever promised benefits come with that voluntary law. However, urine drug testing, either lab-based or rapid result, has its limitations. Even though it works well in many circumstances, collections are not easy to perform and require myriad safeguards to protect the privacy of the donor and prevent numerous and often successful drug test cheating methods. Drugs become detectable in a urine sample about 6 to 7 hours after usage and remain detectable for 3 to 4 days at the cutoff levels typically used. Urine testing is currently the workhorse of the drug testing world. Oral fluid testing is growing in popularity these days, thanks in large part to DOT's new regulations, which only apply to lab-based oral fluid testing, but have likely given a much deserved boost to the credibility of rapid oral fluid testing. Drugs become detectable in an oral fluid sample within minutes after usage, but only remain detectable for about 1 to 2 days, depending on the drug, and maybe even less than 24 hours for marijuana when using a rapid oral fluid test. Oral fluid testing is ideal for situations where recent use detection is critical, such as post-accident and reasonable suspicion testing in the workplace. But it's not a matter of what's wrong with other testing methods that makes rapid result hair testing appealing. Both urine and oral fluid testing are great, and they can clearly meet the test, so to speak, depending on the situation. It's more a matter of what is unique about hair testing and how those attributes match up with specific needs. For instance, for individuals on probation or parole, it's not uncommon for any kind of illicit drug use to be prohibited. When they come into the office to check in with their probation or parole officer, they're usually subject to a drug test. They know the drug test is coming, and if they've been using drugs, they may have come prepared to subvert the test using one of several drug test cheating methods capable of masking the presence of drugs in that person's urine. Or, knowing they will be subject to an oral fluid test, they've abstained from drug use for a day or two so they can pass the drug test before resuming their prohibited drug use. But with rapid result hair testing, the donor has nowhere to hide, so to speak. If they've been using drugs regularly in between tests, the drugs will be present in their hair. And the rapid result makes it possible for the person administering the test to make an immediate determination of drug use in violation of that person's probation or parole conditions while awaiting further lab confirmation. In this scenario, it's not only rapid hair testing's 90-day window of detection that meets a specific need, but the rapid result makes it possible to act quickly to help the donor get back on a drug-free path. In actual use, many donors forego the hair collection and sign the admittance form on the spot. In the workplace, a rapid result test with a 90-day window of detection makes it possible for employers to avoid hiring a person for a safety-sensitive position whose drug use could lead to being impaired on the job and more likely cause an accident that results in property damage and/or serious harm to coworkers, customers, or the general public. Even though DOT does not permit hair testing as part of its regulations at this time, many trucking companies actually conduct hair tests by company authority and in compliance with applicable state laws while simultaneously conducting regulated urine tests. In 2022, the University of Central Arkansas analyzed over 900,000 urine and hair samples from companies in the trucking industry to compare the two testing methods. So these were urine tests and hair tests conducted by trucking companies, and they did a study to compare the results of those two testing methods. Now, I'm going to quote from a report that was published by the Trucking Alliance. Quote, "The results of the 2017 to 2021 data analysis showed that hair testing reveals 25 times more opioid users, 23 times more cocaine users, and 13 times more amphetamine and methamphetamine users." The analysis went on to say in 2022, hair testing uncovered 10 times more drug positives. Crosstab statistical analysis indicates hair has a significantly higher positivity rate compared to urine, and hair tests detect significantly more cocaine, opioids, amphetamines, methamphetamines, marijuana, ecstasy, and PCP. Further, hair testing uncovered more positive drug tests across every drug for every examined age group and in every U.S. state, end quote. The Trucking Alliance also reported that an earlier study concluded that, quote, approximately 276,500 commercial truck drivers out of approximately 3.5 million truck drivers would be disqualified if subjected to a more rigorous drug test. With all that in mind, now consider the advantages of a rapid result test with an extended window of detection that only hair testing offers. When long-term lifestyle drug use detection is needed, hair testing is ideal. When being able to act quickly based on a drug test result, rapid result testing is ideal. And in this case, Wanfo USA's Safe Life Rapid Hair Processor and Test offer both. So, what to look for in a hair testing product? With any drug testing method, actually, the key attributes to look for include whether it's legal where it's going to be used, if it's accurate at detecting the drugs you're concerned about, and if it's practical. Or in other words, will it meet your needs? So in the case of Wanfo USA's Safe Life Rapid Hair Processor and Test, these are the features that they highlight. A comprehensive test menu of 17 assays, customizable panel options, easy to follow collection procedures, accurate results in 10 minutes, a 90-day window of detection, the ability to detect delta 9 tetrahydrocannabinol or parent THC accurately and quickly, and a high level of accurate and reliable performance data. Now, these attributes are important because it makes it possible to rely on rapid result hair testing with the same level of confidence historically applied to urine and oral fluid testing. Now, for a first-hand account from someone who has performed thousands of tests using the WAMFO USA Safe Life Rapid Hair Processor and Test, visit currentconsultinggroup.com and read about Jessica Graham's experience as the supervisor of Taylor County, Texas Adult Probation. I think you'll find that there's both an article and a podcast recording with Jessica Graham that I think you'll find very interesting. Let me say this about state laws and policy updates, though. Regarding the legal status of rapid result hair testing, most states permit hair testing, and most states permit rapid result testing in the criminal justice, treatment, and workplace markets. However, it would be prudent to check local laws and regulations before implementing a new hair testing program. When researching applicable laws, look for any language regarding specimen type, where analyses must occur, either lab or on-site via a rapid result device, any collection procedure requirements, confirmation testing of initial screen presumptive positives, and result reporting requirements. Also, very important, update your existing drug testing policy to not only include hair testing, but also specifically rapid result testing. The policy should describe how hair testing will be conducted and the possible consequences for testing positive with a rapid result test. Finally, anyone performing a rapid result hair test with WAMFO USA Safe Life's Rapid Hair Processor and Test should complete the proper training. Now, in conclusion, in response to market demands, drug testing is changing. Accuracy, legality, and practicality are as important as ever, but organizations and companies that conduct drug testing are looking more and more for fast results that make drug testing more efficient and cost-effective, that streamline the process and create a more donor-friendly experience. Rapid result drug testing will continue to grow in popularity, and for those seeking a lifestyle drug use test result, rapid result hair testing makes a lot of sense. So in conclusion, in response to market demands, drug testing is changing. Accuracy, legality, and practicality are as important as ever, but organizations and companies that conduct drug testing are looking more and more for fast results that make drug testing more efficient and cost-effective. Rapid result drug testing will continue to grow in popularity. And for those seeking a lifestyle drug use test result, rapid result hair testing makes a lot of sense. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Currently Speaking. Again, visit our website at currentconsultinggroup.com. You'll find past episodes of Currently Speaking, as well as past articles and blog posts there, including the podcast episode that I did with Jessica Graham on rapid hair testing and her experience using that in the criminal justice system. Thank you again for joining us, and this concludes another episode of Currently Speaking.